And good evening, hockey fans in Newfoundland and Labrador, across Canada and around the world via the internet. We welcome you to the CBS Arena for game number 2 of the 2024 Herder Memorial Championship Series between the Deer Lake Red Wings and the St. John's Rooftec Senior Caps. Now let's come up inside of our broadcast booth for just a moment. There we go. And there I am, get the logo off the screen. Hi everybody, George Scott is behind me. He'll be looking after the camera for us again this evening, and got another big crowd on hand at the CBS Arena. We've got a couple of changes for the Deer Lake Red Wings to let you know about. Mentioned last night that unfortunate injury suffered by Stephen Gillard early in the first period, first or second shift. Broke a finger in his hand. I guess that's redundant. I don't know where else you would have a finger, but he broke a finger, and he is done. So back in the lineup for, checking my notes, for the Red Wings, number 28, Chris Thomas. Played with the team all year, a forward from Labrador. He'll be inserted into the lineup, and Deer Lake has elected to change goaltenders. Billy Clark had a pretty good night last night, but they're going to go with Roach from Stephenville. He played with the Lightning all year, so he'll be the starting goaltender for the. I gotta keep checking my notes. Starting goaltender for the Red Wings tonight, Joshua Roach. And for St. John's, not aware of any changes for them coming into this evening's game. Should be a good one this evening. Officials are on the ice, still waiting for the teams to come out. We've still got about 3 minutes left to go on the clock. And there you see some of the crowd. The officials are out. And speaking of the officials, referees for tonight's game, Chris Bishop, Michael Shea, and working the lines will be Brandon Lynch and Brad Broders. St. John's took last night's game 1 in exciting fashion, 3-2. They held a 3-0 lead midway through the third period. Deer Lake got one back, pulled the goaltender, almost gave up an empty net goal. St. John's had a couple of great chances to score with the empty net, couldn't get it done. Deer Lake came back, scored with just over a minute to go to make it 3-2. And then right at the very end of the game, again with the goaltender pulled, Deer Lake had the puck down deep in St. John's territory, got it back to the point to Brandon Hines, and as he was preparing to unleash a shot on net, the puck took a little hop over his stick, and by the time he could hustle back into center to retrieve it, the final buzzer went. So it's a great one last night. Hopefully we'll get another good one tonight as the teams are now, as you can see across the way, coming out onto the ice. You see the Caps to your left and the black, the white, red trim. Deer Lake Red Wings in their whites with red trim. Just waiting now for the national anthem, and then we will be underway in this game number 2. You see Kyle Downer getting the start again for the Caps. Just recognizing Ivan Hapgood recently inducted into the Hockey Newfoundland and Labrador Hall of Fame. He will do the ceremonial opening face-off right down below us. Kyle McGraw, Stephen Sims out there to take the face-off. Ivan, of course, longtime coach, general manager for the Clarenville Caraboos. Just getting the introduction of the starting lineups. Time now for the national anthem. All right, once again, we welcome you inside the CBS Arena for game number 2 of the 2024 Herder Memorial Championship Series. Brought to you exclusively here on AO.live. George Scott along with cameraman Stephen Clark for this evening's game. There's Joshua Roach getting the start tonight for the Red Wings. One of the pickups from the Stephenville Lightning. Deer Lake were allowed to pick up 4 skaters, 1 goaltender. Can only dress 3 skaters in a given game. So they are going with Cody Drover, Jordan Marr, and Mitchell Normore. Marr and Drover from the Cataracts, Normore from the Lightning. And right from the opening faceoff, it's cleared down the ice. And that will be an icing call against the Caps. Just 9 seconds in. By the way, you see those wires hanging down. They were the bane of our existence last night. That is part of a figure skating harness, a safety harness that's used for figure skaters when they're practicing their jumps, and it's hanging down from the rafters here at the CBS Arena. Some people were questioning last night, what are those two lines in the middle of your screen? Well, that's what they are. That comes off the boards. Roach left it there. St. John's in forechecking. Humber Dredge tried to play it out in front. It was tipped back towards the blue line, kept in. A long shot in wide of the goal. Lucas McKay to Stephen Sims. Quickly up at the blue line, finds Brandon Hines. Hines turns, tried to give it back to his brother, Michael Hines. Murphy Johnson, pass to the right side. Bishop had a great game last night. Very impressed with his game. Strong player, great skater, great shot. He's got it all. That went off the skate of McKim, so no icing. He was on the right side of center when he touched it. Caps keep it in, dump it into the corner. McKim is back there. Couldn't get to it. It's tipped in front, doesn't get through to the goal, and turnover there by the Red Wings. It's thrown right in front. Shot, I think that may have hit the defense, didn't get through. Back of the point, it'll be kept in. Long shot, wide of the goal. Oak will pick it up for the Red Wings, and he'll relieve the pressure and get it out. And Oak takes a big hit. Mentioned Bishop, strong on his skates, can be a physical player. Laid a big hit in on the Red Wing defenseman that time. Icing call against St. John's. Puck bouncing around to the side of the goal. Towards the boards, backhanded in by Thomas. Park got it out in front, is tipped just wide. That was Anderson with the chance for the Red Wings, and again St. John's guilty of icing. Third time here early in the first period. Kyle Downer in goal for St. John's. Thomas in to take the face-off. Scramble draw taken by St. John's. They'll lug it out. Pender, Roger Pender to center. Shot off a leg. That goes up into the mesh and out of play. A little slower start to this one. Series of whistles. McKim reaching for it, got a shot. It was going wide, hit the outside of the goal. Walsh with the pass across. Shot in by Murphy Johnson. That stopped. Kept in by the Caps. Shot ripped wide by McGraw. Bishop played it back in. Red Wings have it. Sims didn't handle that pass cleanly, and it's thrown back in. Offside. Got a sold-out crowd here at the CBS Arena last night. Caps win the face-off, shoot it in. Oak back in his own end. Gives it up to Robinson. Fewer down the right side. Penny watching him. Puck along the boards, comes off the boards, Caps with a shot, scores! Didn't look like there was much room, but Mark Rideout found it over the right shoulder of the Deer Lake goaltender. 1-0. Battle won along the boards. Rideout, great body position, steps in. Very difficult angle. Roofs it. 1-0. St. John's. Goal comes 3 minutes, 28 seconds into the first period. Cody Drover backhands it into St. John's territory. Behind the goal, it sits there. Red Wings come up with it. Pender. Off the boards and out. Good pass across. That shot off a leg. It was Stevens with the chance for St. John's. That pass missed everybody. It'll be another icing call against the St. John's Caps, but they lead it 2-1, just their second shot of the game. Knight for St. John's makes a nice move at center, gets himself in over the blue line. Beat a couple of guys, can't beat them all. Anderson drops it back. Coffey will lug it out for the Red Wings. He'll dump it in, bouncing puck wide of the goal. Murphy Johnson off the boards. Thomas keeps it in, flips it up high. Anderson trying to protect it against the boards, comes back to the point. Coffey turns, swings it the other side. Long shot, it was deflected and went over the top of the goal. Jonathan Park managed to get a stick on that puck at the side of the goal. That pass will go right down to the goaltender. He'll leave it there. It'll be kept in by St. John's. Walsh. Puck goes behind the goal. Coffey back to get it. So with Gillard out, looks like Coffey is going to be playing some defense this evening. Shot by Parfrey, went wide. Scores from right along the goal line. An innocent looking play. The shot came in from Parfrey and right along the goal line twice. They have beaten Roach from a very difficult angle. So it's just knocked down back to the point. This shot, he was looking for the player cutting in through the middle. Who goes and gets it? Matthew McKim. He was the intended target of that first pass. Now having to go down to the corner to retrieve it. 2-0. Hines lets one go. Downer got a piece of it. It's in the crease, bouncing around, cleared to the boards. McKay against Bishop. McKay stays with it. St. John's come up with it. Norman off the boards. Langdon pinching in. Back of the point. Hines with a shot. That's right on net. Downer has that one and holds on. First time in the series, really, we've seen Brandon Hines get himself open on the right side and get away a very good shot. Downer got the right pad down in time. They will bring the face-off outside the blue line because, well, where are they? Both teams changing. I thought they were going to bring the face-off outside, but just both teams making changes, wholesale changes. McKay forced to go back down deep in his own end to get it. Quickly across to Sims. That went off the stick of Normore. Heffernan over in the other corner for Pender. He lets it go. Picking it up over there is McGurk. McKay. Sims over to this side. Drover. Pender stopping up behind his goal. Goes the other side looking for Heffernan. He'll leave it for McGurk. McGurk tried to get it out, kept in by McKay. Heffernan was reaching for it. McGurk plays it back to Pender. Pender, long stretch pass. It was a good one. Just went off the stick of Michael Cole. Drover to McKay behind the net. McKay will shoot it in. The defenseman thought about going in. Likes to peel back as the Red Wings are changing. Fewer down into the corner. It's a little bump there from Oak. The puck comes loose. Red Wings have it. Good outlet pass. Park. Robinson tried to drop it back to Park, had the puck knocked away from him, and it's cleared out to center. Oak shoots it back in, gets past Downer. Thomas hustling in on the left side. Humber Dredge made the pass out. They'll come in the right side. They're looking for Fewer. Way too far for him. Robinson. Nowhere to go, so he'll get rid of it. Knocks down the St. John's player. Red Wings again change. Oak back to get it. Rolling puck right to Roach. Hines to Michael Hines. That was Brandon to Michael. Michael stepped into Norman behind the goal. And Langdon gave Norman a little jab, and Norman didn't appreciate that. No penalties come out of that. At one point, the referee looked at one of the players and basically said, "That's enough." No penalties now. You don't want to get one. So the face-off to the left of Downer. Face-off won by the Caps. Out they come, but in behind the play, I think we're going to get offsetting. Cross-checking and slashing. Cross-checking against Heffernan of St. John's, slashing against Michael Hines of Deer Lake. We're going to say 5-on-5. Shots on goal, even, by the way, 4 apiece. Downer, he'll play it himself. Tipped out by Bishop. 2-on-1 shaping up here for St. John's, and sliding out to break that up on a great play was Snow. Last night had a bit of physicality to it. Tonight looks like we may be heading for the same sort of thing. Bishop working against Sims. Sims hit him. Bishop dropped his stick. Now he's got it back. Coffey in behind the goal. Plays it off the boards. Gets it to Brandon Hines. Brandon Hines turning in the corner. Hines winding up. Cross ice pass. That went off the St. John's player. And down the ice. Murphy Johnson, good rush, stops up along the wall, and he gets hit. That was Normore. Laid the body into Murphy Johnson. He tried to get it back to Normore. That's broken up. McKay pass across for Drover. Drover will bring it in, drives it deep, takes it around behind the goal. Cody Drover stops up there. Comes back. Murr with a shot. Kick save by Downer. Kept in at the blue line. McKay with a shot. And Downer's got that in the glove. Kyle Downer coming up with a couple of big saves. Knight couldn't handle the pass. It was in behind him. Stephen Sims will bring it back in for the Red Wings over the other side. Park threw it right in front. It's tipped just wide by Thomas. So the pace picks up. Knight gave it away to Thomas. Drops it back for Sims. Up for Anderson. Saying he didn't touch it, so that will be icing against the Red Wings. Just kept in at the blue line. Good job by Walsh. Gets it in around behind the goal. Walsh has got it again. Centers it. Wrist shot. Roach has that and holds on. That pass missed everybody, and this time it'll be icing against the Red Wings. Face off to the right of Roach. Face-off win for the Caps. They control it in around behind the goal, take it into the near corner. Everybody battling down in that corner. Red Wings come up with it over to an open wing. Pender turns, gives it to Bishop. Bishop holding it, pulls it back, shoots it, and Roach with his best save of the game. Joel Bishop, so impressive. Red Wings get it from the face-off. Stephen Sims. That pass misfired, shot back in by the Caps. Sims has got it again. Pass up through the middle for Michael Hines. Low bridge over at the St. John's bench. Everybody okay over there? No damage done. Face-off will come just outside the blue line. Face-off win for Humber Dredge. Roach leaves it there. Drover. Normore. And behind the goal. Drover waiting for it there. Gives it to Murr. Back to Drover. Drover held against the boards. And that's going to be a penalty against St. John's. As Jackson Murphy-Johnson put the beer hug on Cody Drover behind the net. First power play of the game belongs to the Deer Lake Red Wings. Right from the face-off, Caps able to clear it down the length of the ice. Just under 8 minutes to go here in the first period. A couple of goals by St. John's, both from very sharp angles, right down in along the goal line. Second one right on the goal line. Drover lets it go, comes back to the point. Brandon Hines. Kept in. Drover in front. Normore couldn't get the shot away. Drover's got it. This side to Brandon Hines. His pass off a skate, and that'll be cleared out by the Caps. 1:15 to go in the power play. And got an interference call over at the bench. It's going to go against Deer Lake. Didn't see it, but with players changing, both gates open. Well, I stand corrected. It's going to go against St. John's. Michael Cole. Again, suggestion is that as the players were changing, trying to go to the bench, Cole interfered with one of the Deer Lake players trying to get off. Again, that's my best guess. So the face-off will be down deep in St. John's territory. It's now a 5-on-3. Great opportunity here for the Red Wings. Robinson. A little all tied up over there. Gets it to Langdon. Back to Robinson. Hines with a shot. Didn't get all of that one. Went off the heel of his stick. Robinson. Down into the corner. Langdon. Drew Langdon. Back to Robinson. Over to Hines. Fanning on the shot was Langdon, and that will allow St. John's to clear it. .35 seconds to go in the first penalty. It's 5-on-3. Playing along the boards, finally comes loose. Drover has it. Hit back there by Heffernan. Drover keeps on going. Back at the point. Robinson to Drover. Drover holding it. Over to Hines. Puck was bouncing. Brandon Hines takes it off the boards. Tried to go over to Drover. Humber Dredge got the stick in the way. Shot on goal. Just a weak one, hoping for a deflection. Not a lot of traffic in front of the goalie, so Downer able to handle that. Just 3 seconds to go in the first penalty, 51 seconds to go in the second. Big face-off here. Back at the point, it gets by. First penalty is over. 43 seconds to go in the second one. Big hit along the boards. Michael Hines stepped into Pender. Here comes Drover. Cody Drover on the rush. Takes it to the boards. He's hit hard. Drover staying with it. Puck comes loose. Caps have it. Clear it. 25 seconds to go in the man advantage. Red Wings are changing. Sims brings it in over the blue line. Bouncing puck right down to Downer, and he'll cover it with 20 seconds to go in the power play. And we've got 5:39 to go here in the first period. And you see the big score clock above center. Puck goes to the boards, in behind, Park, Anderson. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Anderson behind the goal. Back to McKay. McKay fanned on it. That's going to do it. Penalty is now over. And we're back to even strength. Park just inside his own blue line, drops it back to McKay. He's got to be careful. Bishop was there. Move it ahead to Anderson. So a great penalty kill by the Caps. They were down by 2 for a prolonged period of time. That'll be icing against St. John's. 4:55 left to go here in the first. Again, the face-off to the left of Kyle Downer. Norman gets it up to Bishop. Bishop, little flip pass through the middle, then they'll move it up the right side. McKim holding it, shoots it. There's some traffic as he got the shot around the defenseman, but Roach able to see it, grabbed it, doesn't give up a rebound. Nice look there at the Deer Lake goaltender. Joshua Roach played this season with the Stephenville Lightning. Hines up through the middle finds Langdon. Langdon in over the blue line for Michael Hines. Back in the corner for Langdon. He's all tied up in there. 2 players go down. Caps come up with it. Taken smartly there by Stevens. Stevens drop pass. Here's a chance for Tanner Dredge. And a Deer Lake player went flying into the boards and is shaken up. Trainer quickly out. That's Lucas Robinson. Deer Lake cannot afford to lose another defenseman. Stephen Gildert already out for the series, and Robinson is heading to the dressing room. Red Wings win the faceoff. Jordan Marr. Marr through the middle, pass a little bit too far for Drover, and that is going to be icing against Deer Lake. So we'll have to keep an eye out to see if Lucas Robinson returns. Linesman wants the 2 players along the boards to back up a bit. They were encroaching into the face-off circle. They back up and again immediately start gliding in. Pender with a shot. That changed direction, ends up in behind the goal. Caps are on it. Deer Lake able to move it out. Pender. Watched by Penny. It's it here on the near side to his defense partner Heffernan. Back to Pender. To Heffernan. And Heffernan is tripped up, and that is a no-doubter. Here comes St. John's. Delayed penalty. Fewer hit along the boards. It's touched up. And now St. John's will go on the power play. Ryan Penny gone to the penalty box. You see it, number 63, 2 minutes. Tripping. Face off down to the right of Deer Lake goaltender. St. John's win it. And misplayed out at the blue line by McGraw. Enabled Thomas to knock it off his stick, and St. John's forced to back it up. And they'll get going. Bishop fires it hard around the boards. Kept in by McKim. Sims got to it. Nobody over here at the right point for St. John's, so that'll go all the way down the ice. McGraw back to get it. Actually, it's Murphy Johnson, 81. Michael Cole. Cole takes it deep into the corner, stops there, plays it back. All the way back to the point, Murphy Jackson. McGraw, shot. That went off the stick of Sims. Back to McGraw. Murphy Jackson. Murphy Johnson, right? Jackson, Murphy Johnson. Rattles around in front of the goaltender. 2 or 3 whacks at it. Roach spread out, kept it out. Bishop. The pass off the mark. Down the ice it goes. 40 seconds to go in the power play for the St. John's Roof Tech Caps. Brandon Knight. Tanner Humber-Dredge. Back to Knight. Steps in, top of the circle, makes the pass. Down into the corner. He'll come back to Humber-Dredge. Under 20 seconds to go in the power play. That shot changed direction. Roach got the right pad down, kept it out. St. John's maintained possession. Pender winds up hard, shot off the right shoulder of the goaltender. It's loose in the crease. We've got a pile up in the crease just as the penalty expires. Roger Snow into it for Deer Lake. Then in behind the goal, there's another couple of players paired off. There's Brandon Hines for Deer Lake. Brandon Hines to the penalty box. Brandon Knight to the penalty box. And I think we may have more. Kyle McGurk is heading over. Right now, we've got 2 St. John's players, 1 Deer Lake player in the penalty box. The officials are discussing this one. Look over at the Deer Lake bench. You see head coach Darren Langdon. Nothing gone up on the board yet. And now a second player, Ryan Penny, again gone to the penalty box for Deer Lake. So again, it appears to be offsetting. Well, let's see. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 St. John's players out there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Red Wings. That would make it even strength. Sims. Along the boards, kept in by St. John's momentarily. Sims, again, doesn't get out. Kept in on a good play by Bishop. Finally comes out over the blue line. Drover plays it to an open wing. On it is McKay. A lot of snow over in front of the bench. McKim down the right side's got a little bit of room. McKim with a shot. Roach with a nice, confident-looking blocker save. Under a minute to go here in the opening period. 2-0 St. John's. Normore gets it in, down in deep. Drover in looking for it. Cody Drover has it. Tried to play it back to the point. That was intercepted. Out it comes. Good play by Coffey to break that up. Drover. He lost it. Trying to get it back again. Everybody's scrambling around the center ice area. Drover touched it. Myers got it, and that's going to be a hand pass with 18.8 seconds to go. Tipped in by Thomas. Murphy Johnson got it up ahead. Thompson plays it in, and that's going to do it. A couple of early goals by the St. John's Caps from similar locations down to the right of the goaltender, close to the goal line. Lead it 2-0. Shots on goal after 20 minutes of play. 14-8 favoring the St. John's Caps. We'll take an 18-minute break. Then we'll be back with the second period of game number 2 of the 2024 Hoda Memorial Championship Series right here at the CBS Arena. We are exclusive on AO.live. Happy to have you with us this evening, folks. We'll be back in a few minutes. Teams are back out on the ice a little bit early, still 2 minutes to go on the intermission clock. And you see the Red Wings, and they're at the end of the Red Wings bench there on the far left. That's Lucas Robinson, who was shaken up towards the end of that first period. It's good to see him back out. There's the St. John's Caps. Head coach Scott Bray, assistants Mike Dyke and Jason Miller. Josh Roach staying in goal for the Red Wings. Referee has gone over to the Deer Lake bench. I'm not quite sure what the discussion is about. We still got a minute left to go on the intermission clock. Teams were out a little bit early, anxious to get this second period going. Whatever message he gave to the Red Wings, he's relaying the same one to the St. John's Caps. You see it, 10 seconds left till we are ready to drop the puck for period number 2. 2-0. St. John's Caps leading the Deer Lake Red Wings after the opening 20 minutes of play. And the shots on goal in the first period, 14-8, favoring St. John's. Okay, here we go. Puck goes down deep in St. John's territory. Murphy Johnson. Brought in onside. Tanner Humber Dredge drops it back all the way to the point. Wrist shot stopped by Roach. He got it. He's got it rather and hangs on. We get a quick change for St. John's just 19 seconds into the period. Red Wings control it. They give it away. Thrown in front. Drover's got it. Drover following up on it. Had it taken away. Back comes St. John's. Drop pass. Throw it across. And Drover got back, but they score. Just a series of errors by the Red Wings. Sloppy with the puck. Turn it over outside their blue line, and then nobody was quite sure who they should be covering when it came in. There's the turnover. One drop pass, two. You see Drover gets back. The stick is tied up, but they get it in front, and it's tipped home. It's McKim. Makes it 3-0. The last thing the Red Wings needed was to give up an early goal. Now they're in a deep hole, down 3-0. Less than a minute into the second period. Humber Dredge, shot, blocker save made by Roach. Langdon. Drew Langdon. Left it, shot, oh, nice save, Downer. Sticks out the left arm and robs Thomas. And all the players who picked up roughing penalties towards the end of the first period now coming out of the penalty box. Just a 5-on-5. Snow pinching in for Deer Lake. Puck comes loose off the boards. Bishop getting away. Langdon gave it away. Just offside. So close. It was a 2-on-none for St. John's, negated by the offside call. It's McKim and Bishop. Face-off will come outside the blue line. Langdon against McGraw. Sims. Brandon Hines. Through the middle, looking for Langdon. Puck goes up in the air. That'll go out of play. Nice catch down below us. There's a giveaway. Langdon with a chance. Had his stick lifted. Going to be a penalty coming up to St. John's. McKay winds up. That was blocked. It's still loose in front. Finally, the Caps touch it up, and the Red Wings will go on the power play. Just a brutal giveaway by St. John's. Put it right on the stick of Drew Langdon. And Langdon drew the penalty. Pardon the pun. Red Wings win the faceoff. Brandon Hines. Back to Sims, to Robinson. Down to Hines. Put towards the goal. Redirected in front by Michael Hines. Goes wide and behind the goal. Brandon Hines back at the point. Sims. Robinson holds it down low. He tried to get it back to the point for Sims. McGurk got a stick in the way of that. Deflected it down the ice. 1:20 to go in the power play. Maher takes the drop pass, brings it in over the blue line, stops along the wall, back to Robinson. Tried to give it back to Maher. That was intercepted. Puck sits there in the slot, calmly cleared down the ice. Under a minute to go now in the power play. Maher drops it back for Normore. Normore in over the blue line. Snapshot, easy save for Downer. Faceoff will be in the St. John's end with 44 seconds to go in the penalty. Drover wins it cleanly back to McKay. Gives it up to Sims. Looking for Maher. Walsh is in there for St. John's. Maher's got it behind the goal. Jordan Maher up along the boards. Normore back to McKay. McKay doesn't shoot it. Sims. Drover. Maher. Maher tried to feed it in front. Went off a stick behind the goal. Walsh has got it off the glass. Kept in. Great play by Sims. Normore shot over the top of the goal. Bounces out in front. They score! A strange one. Another strange one. Great job back at the point to keep it onside. And then there's the shot, comes off the end, bounces out in front. Maher is there, and I think it's Jordan Maher who will get the goal and get the Red Wings on the board. 3-1. Oh, power play goal for the Red Wings. That turnover by St. John's down in their own end eventually leads to a power play goal. Thomas in there looking for it. Quickly up the ice. Humber Dredge, he can go. Backhand, put it wide. Normore couldn't keep it in. Parfrey off the boards. Oak has got it and shoots it in. Norman back behind his net. Red Wings keep it in. Hines looking for it, gets to it, a shot. Downer with another good glove save. He's showing a pretty good glove hand here this evening. McKay at the right point, lifts it high off the glass. That stays in play. Giveaway behind the net, right out in front. Michael Hines diving out the block. It was Pender, the defenseman. Bishop catches it, knocks it down, and flips it on the left side. McGrath speeding in. Backhand by Bishop, scores. And St. John's wastes no time in restoring their 3-goal lead. Bishop, great pass. In full stride comes McGrath. Cuts in towards the goal. His shot is stopped, but there's Bishop following up on it. (4-1) St. John's Caps. Drover around behind the goal looking for it. Rung around the boards. That was shot by Deerlake, so there's going to be no icing on this. There's just nobody back at that left point. Sims back behind his goal to pick it up. Snow to Marr. Marr off the boards. Takes it himself. That one off a couple of legs down into the corner. Marr again. Normore down to Drover. Drover trying to work it out in front, forced to the boards. They'll leave it there for Normore. Back at the point, Robinson. Robinson, that one off a leg. Will be kept in. Comes back to Robinson. It goes the other side for Marr. Marr takes it off his skate. That was blocked. That shot, another one blocked, doesn't get through. McGurk up ahead. Knight. Robinson got back and got a stick on it. Cole shoots. Just put it wide. Michael Cole with a great opportunity. Anderson's on it. Penny takes the pass. Norman got to him and knocked it away. Oak following up on it, drops it back. Penny with a shot that goes wide. Icing against St. John's. Great pace to this game, much like last night's. Kyle Downer has been brilliant in this game for St. John's. Puck comes to the boards. Down in behind the goal. Parfrey trying to get the puck to settle. Moves it up towards the blue line. Good pass. Right on the stick of McKenzie. Hasn't been out a lot in this game, but out there now. Parfrey will hold it in. Fewer behind the goal. He gets low bridged. And McKay comes out with it. Penny dumps it in. Downer out the play, and he'll reverse it. Red Wings keep it in. Back of the point, McKay. Down into the corner. Thomas missed it. Out it comes to an open wing. Parfrey on it first. Up ahead to Fewer. Fewer in over the blue line. Fewer waiting for his teammates. Fewer holding it. Threw it in front. Stopped by the goaltender and then covered up. And a little bit of pushing and shoving. Nothing serious. In the Red Wings crease. Tanner Humber-Dredge in to take the face-off against Drew Langdon, and they're going to redo it. Kept in by Pender. His shot knocked down by Langdon. Langdon's got it off the boards. Down the ice. No icing. They'll wave it off. Roger Pender back to get it. That's picked off. Michael Hines at the blue line. Long shot in. It was deflected and went just wide. Langdon got a stick on it. Back come the Caps. Heffernan. Shot off a stick and up high over the top of the goal. Giveaway. Humber-Dredge tried to pass it in front. Broken up by Langdon. Goes to the boards. Heffernan still on it. I'm sorry, it's Thompson, 62. Humber-Dredge turning. Great skater. Back at the point. Shot over the top of the net. Murphy Johnson over the other side. We come back to Murphy Johnson. Couldn't get the puck to settle, and Brandon Hines has it. Brandon Hines out with Michael. Brandon with a shot. That one off the skate of McKim. Robinson keeps it in. Far corner. Hines back at the point. Pass was in the skates of Drover. Hines has got it again for Drover. Drover can't get a shot away. Hard shot hit the post. Normore thought it was in. Rattles around. Actually, that was Marr who took the shot and thought it was in. Kicked away by Roach. And out it comes. Drover drops it. Robinson shot high over the top of the net. Drover gets knocked down. Bishop comes away for St. John's. Bishop drop pass, a good one for McGraw over the other side, and he was winding up to shoot it. The Caps player lost his balance and went down. Two players get tied up. A center play continues. Right into the crease and swept away by Downer. Oak, he'll shoot it. That went off the stick of Norman, up and out of play. I tell you, St. John's has done a tremendous job of blocking shots, both tonight and last night. Last night, a block shot resulted in a goal, their third, turned out to be the winning goal. Caps are changing. face-off win. Red Wings. That shot again blocked right on cue. Kept in by Park behind the goal. Thomason looking for it. Pender's in there. St. John's come away with it. That's lifted up in the air. Coffey. Knight and Coffey collide right down below us. McKay has it. Park gets to center, shoots it in. Downer out to play it. Hard off the glass. It goes in behind the net. Park comes up with it, gets it in front. The shot went wide and then came back into the crease, kept out, but now back towards the blue line. McKay dumps it in. That's Park. Thomas in for checking. Park in to help out. Comes to the board. Sims pinches in from the left point. Heffernan to Pender. Pender says enough of that. We'll send it down the ice. We'll get a change in. As you are allowed to change. We'll redo that face-off. Michael Hines against Kyle McGraw. Hines wins it, back at the point. Snow, a shot off a stick. And Bishop, who blocked the shot, took the pass, comes right down to the goaltender, and Roach has to come out to cover it. Brandon Hines complaining that Bishop slashed the goaltender looking for the loose puck. Didn't seem like there was a whole lot to that. Murphy Johnson down into the corner. It'll go all the way over to the far corner. McKim gets there first. He takes a bump. Bishop's got it. He's looking for McGraw. Murphy Johnson from his defense position puts it behind the goal. Sims has it. Too far for Michael Hines. That'll be kept in behind the goal. Bishop looking around out in front. Langdon broke that up. McKim goes to the boards, has it, lifts it high off the glass. Sims knocked down Bishop. Rideout gets knocked down along the boards. Puck comes loose. Big hit inside the blue line. Brandon Hines stepped into his man, and now it gets physical. Snow very upset, and now all heck is breaking loose right down below us. Hines still having words with Bishop. That goes back to that play earlier where Bishop was looking for the loose puck in front of the goaltender. Bishop needs to get his helmet repaired. The earpiece was pulled off. So in order for him to do up his strap, he's got to get a new earpiece put on. So they are discussing what the penalties may be. Nothing up on the board yet. Nobody gone to the penalty box yet. There's the Red Wings bench. And St. John's. All the officials are over at the far side of the ice. With the exception of one referee who is down talking to Joshua Roach in the Deer Lake net. There's 5 minutes up on the board. A 5-minute penalty to somebody. It looks like it's going to be Deer Lake. Coming over to serve it, at least, is Isaiah Keynes. He was not the player. The guilty player luckily ejected with the major penalty. Keynes will serve it. St. John's on the power play. So Caps leading by 3. Have a 5-minute penalty to work with here with just under 7 minutes to go in the second period. Downer will leave it there. Pender will bring it out. He'll drop it back. Picked up by Bishop. Bishop brings it in over the blue line. Bishop turning down in the corner, plays it back. McGraw back at the point for Pender. Doesn't shoot it to McKim. McGraw, back to McKim. Down to McGraw, into the slot. Shot by Bishop, went off a leg. The puck controlled by Deer Lake and sent the length of the ice. It's under 4 minutes to go in the 5-minute power play. Walsh hits it in. McGurk goes the other side. Murphy Johnson. He'll shoot it. Blocker save made by Roach. Back to Murphy Johnson. Humber Dredge. He'll shoot it. He's got it behind the goal. Goes into the corner. Knight. Back to Murphy Johnson. Walsh. Back to Murphy Johnson. Can't shoot it. I just made the announcement on the penalty. Unfortunately, folks, I simply couldn't pick it out. Who the penalty was against Deer Lake. Now we've got another penalty that's been called. This one will go against St. John's. Interference is the call against Tanner Humber Dredge. So we'll take the power play off the board, at least momentarily. 5:07 to go. 2:56 left to go in the penalty to Deer Lake. 2 minutes left to go in the penalty to St. John's. So we'll play a little 4-on-4 right now. So 4-on-4, Caps have it. Well, the Red Wings almost gave it away in front of their own goal. Now it is given away. Bishop down low. McGraw back to Bishop. Tried to pull it between the feet. He's got it again. Bishop back at the blue line. Bishop looking for the return pass. Doesn't come to him. Norman behind the goal. Got past McGraw. McKay Can't get to it. Here's Bishop. Bishop for Norman, a little bit too far. Back off the boards. Oh, great little play by Bishop. Shot in, catch by Roach, and he holds on to it. And Hines tripped up Bishop, and Michael Hines is going to go. On-discipline penalty there. Play was over. Goaltender had the puck. Whistle had gone, and Hines was skating by Bishop. Just took the feet out from under him. Joshua Roach grabs a drink of water. Well, we've got a 4-on-3 power play for St. John's. And they win the faceoff. McGraw over Pender, back to McGraw, down low. McGraw the other side, hard shot. That missed the net and ricochets all the way down the ice. Downer coming out the plate, Mara in there looking for it. Downer gets it to Pender, back behind the goal. McGraw to McKim. McKim in over the blue line. McKim doing a great job of protecting the puck. Comes up with it, steps into the face-off circle. Pass across, that went off of Robinson. Pender. McKim. Down and along the goal line. Michael Cole tried to go up high, just missed. Cole's got it again behind the goal. Back to Pender. That shot right on goal by McGraw. Save made by Roach. Back up to Pender. Pender with a shot. Scores! Roger Pender with a rocket into the top of the goal. And it is 5-1. Pender played it down. There's the first shot. The team will go right back to Pender from McGraw. And he gets all of this one. That beats Roach over the glove hand. 5-1 with 3:05 to go. And St. John's will stay on the power play. Still 54 seconds left to go in that 5-minute major. A chance to really break it open now if they haven't broken it open already. Knight. Back to Walsh, back to Knight. Murphy Johnson. Walsh. His shot was blocked by Langdon, and that'll get out. 25 seconds to go in the 5-on-4 power play. Walsh off the boards to himself. He gets hit along the boards by Coffey. McKay gets to it and clears it out. Just 10 seconds to go now in the man advantage. Back to pick it up, Park. He's all tied up by Bishop. Now over. He'll drop it back. Long shot in. Lucas McKay lugging it out for the Red Wings. McKay to the blue line and over. McKay pulls it back. Shot again blocked, that time by Norman. As he dropped down in front of that one. Right out. Just gets rid of it. Sims across to Robinson. Robinson off the end boards, comes to the other side. Viewers on it. Out it comes. Caps are on it. It's McKenzie along the boards. He had it taken away. Steven Sims into the final minute of period number 2. Robinson brings it in over the blue line, stops there, feeds it into the middle. Drover looking for Marr. That went into the corner. Right in front, they score! Jordan Marr. That's his second of the game. Comes off the boards. Drover. Sims right in front, and Jordan Marr tucks it home. 5-2. McKay. So I think it may have been McKay who made the pass in front. Ended up on the stick of Marr, not Sims. Pick up an assist on the play. It's McKay. Oak. Drover into the middle for Marr. Marr drops it. Back for Drover. He's poke checked and the puck comes out. Just 12 seconds to go. McKay gave it away. 4 seconds. Goes to the boards. And time will run out. Good period for the St. John's Caps. They led it 2-0 after the first period. They added 3 goals in the second against 2 for the Red Wings. And there we are, 5-2 after 2 periods of play. Shots on goal, 29-19, favoring the St. John's Caps. They look to take a 2-0 lead in this series after winning last night's game. 3-2 was the final. Games 3 and 4 will move over to the West Coast. We'll be at the Hodder Memorial Recreation Complex in Deer Lake. We'll bring you those games live next Friday and Saturday night. If the game, or if the series rather, goes to a game 5, that will be Sunday afternoon in Deer Lake. And if it gets extended beyond that, we'll be back here at CBS Arena in a couple of weeks. But a long way to go before we get to any of that. All right, we will take another 18-minute break, or 17.5-minute break now, and be back with period number 3 of this game number 2 of the 2024 Herder Memorial Championship Series, exclusively here on AO.live. Stay with us, folks. Go grab yourself a sandwich and come back for the third period. 5-2, St. John's Caps lead the Deer Lake Red Wings after 2 periods of play. Look at the big crowd on hand again this evening here at the CBS Arena. Joshua Roach, goaltender for Deer Lake. Again, teams out on the ice early at the end of the intermission. 10 seconds to go on the intermission clock, and then we will be underway with period number 3. All right, here we go. See if the Red Wings can mount a comeback like they did last night. They were trailing 3-0 in the third period last night. Came back to make quite a game of it. Ended up being 3-2 final. One thing for sure, they got to stay out of the penalty box. St. John's, a very good power play. Unable to get around the outside was Stevens. He was bumped against the boards. Stevens steps into his man behind the net. Puck goes into the corner. Sims in there looking for it. Comes back at the point. Caps keep it in. Shot, scores! Just 38 seconds in. Jackson, Murphy, Johnson. Again, winning the battle down in the corner. The puck comes back to the point, and Murphy Johnson able to walk right in, and again from that sharp angle. That's 3 goals from down in that same basic area, scored by St. John's. Now a 4-goal lead. Michael Hines ships it in. Downer out to play it. Downer off the boards. Up by Brandon Hines. Puck squirts loose, and again it's the Caps. McGraw, his shot off the leg. McGraw follows up on it. This shot stopped by Roach. Oak gets it to settle. Moves it up to Brandon Hines. Hines tried to make that cross ice pass, picked off by McKim. Backhanded in by Bishop. Oak. Robinson to an open wing. Michael Hines trying to get away. Hines working along the boards. Loses it. It's cleared out down the ice. Coffey. Sims. Back to Coffey. Coffey will shoot it in, and he will go into forecheck. Caps get it out. Sims. Penny. Ryan Penny winds up hard. Slap shot. Downer out top of the blue paint. Makes the save. So the face-off will be to Downer's right. Isaiah Kane's out there. He'll get a shift for the Red Wings. He'll do a little repair on the ice. All right, repairs have been completed. Canes against Rideout in the face-off circle. Parsons with a shot. Blocker save made by Downers. Saw that all the way. Puck in along the boards down to our left. Finally it comes loose. McKenzie behind the net, following up on it. Fewer. Back to McKenzie. Right out, shot. That just missed short side. Sims takes it back behind his goal. Settles it down there. Over to Penny. Penny tipped it in. Don't think he got over center. He did not, so that'll be icing against Deer Lake. McKay turning back in the corner. Let's check the baseball score. See, the Blue Jays lost again today. After their opening game, they were on pace for a 162-0 season. Now they're on pace for a 1-161 season. A little early. Penalty over along the boards. Boarding. And that will go against St. John's. Stevens not happy about the call. Two-minute power play for Deer Lake. Meyer, Normore, Drover. Up front for the Red Wings. Hines and Robinson back on the point. St. John's come up with it. Can't get it out. They maintain possession. McGurk gets it back to Pender. Pender winds up. Right on goal. That was caught. Meyer to Drover. Just kept it onside. Fed it in front and unable to pull it to his forehand was Meyer. Meyer. Normal. Well wide of the target, and that'll get out. 1:10 to go in the penalty. Hines. Drover. Couldn't handle the pass. Out it comes. Robinson's got it back inside his own blue line. Ahead for Meyer. Meyer's forced back. Brandon Hines. Hines shoots it in. Robinson. He'll shoot it, but that went off of Fewer up high. It comes to the boards. Normore over the other side. Robinson back to Hines. Hines winds up. Missed short side. He's back to Robinson at the right point. Back here to Normore. Down low. Hines tried to feed it out in front. That was broken up. 15 seconds to go in the man advantage. Meyer. Cross for Normore, scores! Mitchell Normore rips one. High short side, and it is 6-3. There's Normore setting up in the circle. Just a great shot, quick release, beats Downer. Not much chance to get over and cover that one, and 6-3 now. 14:35 to go. Park. Cross for Anderson. He was stopped by Parfrey. Humber Dredge in their forechecking. Red Wings able to get it out towards the blue line. No further. It sits at the side of the goal. Roach has got it covered. Humber Dredge and Coffey get engaged down there. No call on the play. They got all tangled up. Right in front of the goal. Roach had to make the save, clear it to his defense. Michael Hines was looking for Brandon Hines. He had his stick all tied up at center, shot in, Sims back to get it. Langdon trying to get around the outside, fed it through the crease, nobody there. Up high. That will not be enough for icing. Sims back to get it. Long pass up ahead for Brandon Hines. Hines trying to get around the outside. Got a shot away but missed the target. It went over the top of the net. Hines has it again in the corner. Hines back at the point. Kept in by Oak. That was blocked by Knight. Cole away with Knight. Cole pulls it. Shoots it over the top of the net. That went off of Robinson's stick, the defenseman. Pender, Murphy Johnson. Johnson with a nice rush. Gets in front, scores! All on his own. Jackson Murphy Johnson. End-to-end rush. Beats Roach over the right shoulder. Smooth skating here. Around, little move there just to get around the outside. Pulls it to his forehand. 7-3. Fewer. Try the wraparound attempt. Roach has got that. Looking over at the Deer Lake bench, see no indication that Billy Clark may be coming in. Clark is over at the end of the bench there, still has on the hockey helmet. So at this point, it looks like they're going to ride this one out with Josh Roach. Fewer trying to get away. That'll come out. No more. Played it back to Coffey, to Sims. Back to Coffey. Coffey dumps it in. That went off of Pender. He backhands it off the boards. Drover gets knocked down. Mara's got it. Referee is yelling at them to move it. They do. Pender goes over to get it. Normore arrives at the same time. Normore went down. Drover off the boards. Cole getting away at center. Just gets to the red line. Backhands it in. Sims back to get it. Sims. That missed everybody. And as a result, it will be icing against Deer Lake. There's the St. John's bench. Feeling pretty comfortable right now, up by 4 with 11:24 to go. Tanner Humber Dredge working the puck up along the boards, takes it off the boards, cuts in front, still holding it back at the point for Parfrey off the stick, comes into the face-off circle, capture on it. Bishop leaves it along the boards, and out it comes. Parfrey's got it, he'll go the other side, that's offside. Humber Dredge was hustling to try and get out over the blue line, but he was trapped too far inside. Robinson cross to Oak. Michael Hines back to Oak. Just gets to center, shoots it in. Langdon in on it first for the Red Wings. That'll get out. Robinson back to get it. Pass for Brandon Hines, knocked off his stick. Langdon shoots it in. Downer out there. Leaves it. McGurk for Fewer. Hit all that snow just outside the gate and held it up. Cap's able to clear it in though. Halfway through period number 3. St. John's leading this one by 4. Game number 2. They took game 1 by a score of 3-2 last night. Coffey shot again. That was blocked as it went off the stick of Walsh. Going to move the face-off over to the left face-off circle. Gets past everybody down the ice. No icing. Sims back to get it. Pass was in behind Parsons. He gets a rear shift in this one. Humber Dredge puts on the brakes, dumps it in. Coffey has a few words for Humber Dredge. They got all tangled up a few minutes ago down in behind the Deer Lake net, rather. Heffernan, Pender, bounces it in. Down in the end zone, that's Brandon Knight. Shaken up, slow to get to the bench. Coffey avoids a hit, keeps going. Coffey threw it out in front, right there, scores! Normore, his second. Coffey with the rush, avoids the hit, keeps on going. Normore is the trailer there. Came off the goaltender right to Normore. He puts it home. 7-4. McKay behind his own goal. Be careful. Takes it back. Oh, stepped out in front. Had Michael Cole right on top of him. Now McKay will bring it out. Dumps it in off the end boards. Goes behind the goal. Drover was in looking for it. Couldn't get to it. Puck comes out and down the ice. Back to get it. Lucas Robinson to McKay. Marr. Norman stepped into him. Drover stole the puck out in front. Norman with a chance, fanned on it. Oh, what a setup. Robinson with a shot. Comes off the inboards. Downer plays it away. Drover put it right on the stick of Norman in the slot by himself and unable to make contact. Walsh over the other side. Murphy Johnson's shot was stopped. Cap stay on it. Bounces around in front and brought out by the Red Wings. McKenzie stole it just outside the blue line. McKenzie across. Hit the outside of the net. Some of the fans reacted, thinking it had gone in as the net rippled. Walsh down low. That shot grazed the outside of the post. Murphy Johnson. Caps come on now. It got past McKenzie. The net had become dislodged. Josh Roach, he's been busy in this game. Not the debut he would have wanted. Picked up by the Red Wings for this herder from the Stephenville Lightning. Got the start tonight and had a rough time. Cover that one. Up 7 goals. Put in wide of the goal. Pass intended for Park was broken up. Thompson couldn't get it in. Oak turns back to Sims. To Oak. Puck goes out of play. They're going to bring the face-off outside. Well, no. Linesman questioning it. Going to the referee and saying, where is this? It's outside. Long shot in, grabbed and held on by Roach. Puck down deep in the St. John's and shot right on goal. Downer has got it under his pad. That was close as Langdon got a shot from the boards. Made it interesting. 6:01 left to go. Michael Hines in to take the face-off for the Red Wings. He wins it. But the Caps come up with it, move it out. Dumped in. Coffey back to get it. Great night out there throwing his weight around. He knocked down Robinson. Saw him go to the bench in some distress a little while ago. Obviously feeling better. Langdon thought about hitting Tanner Humber Dredge got out of the way and maintains possession of the puck, and a penalty coming up to the Red Wings. There's a shot stopped by Roach. Back at the point, the whistle had gone, and that's going to draw the ire of the Red Wings. Don't think Humber Dredge heard that whistle. It was just barely touched, kind of deflected by the Red Wings. I don't think he thought the whistle was going to go. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Red Wings not quite so understanding. And Humber Dredge will pick up a penalty for that. So St. John's were going to go on the power play. Penalty to Robinson. .5:21 to go. Those penalties now will offset. Puck down at the St. John's blue line, up high in the air. Drover came up with it, knocked off his stick. Maurer following up on it, puts it in around behind the goal. Fewer over the other side, good pass to McKenzie. He gets hit right away by Coffey. Drover's got it. And another whistle. Coffey was getting involved, and he's going to get himself a penalty. He hit McKenzie, and McKenzie was trying to get to the bench, and Coffey gave him a shove. And we may have more. So we're saying Coffey, but it's McKay, 97. The penalty was not for what I saw Coffey engaged in over the far side. Penalty was away from that. It's Lucas McKay gone to the penalty box. And trying to hear the announcements, I just can't quite pick up what's being said, but we are at even strength, so offsetting. Pender had a stick break. Puck touch somebody over at the bench. Down to 4:13 to go. That'll be icing. This game taking a little longer to play than last night's game. And we still have 4 minutes to go, and I don't think these teams are done with each other just yet for tonight. Still just a 3-goal game, still time. Face-off deep in St. John's territory. Bishop won the face-off, but Anderson's got it behind the goal. Gets it back to Sims. Sims throws it into an open corner. Back at the point, Oak. Down low. Anderson along the boards. Somebody's lost a glove out there. It's sitting on the ice. That was Anderson who's gone to the bench. Park gets knocked down. Thomason looking for it, comes up along the boards. Caps, bring it out. Oak broke that up. Bishop following up on it. Joel Bishop. Bishop trying to cut in. Sims stayed with him, and then Penny ran into Bishop, and Bishop is down. No call on the play. Delayed offside against St. John's. Up to Langdon. Norman steps into him. Langdon goes down, and yeah, it's getting a little tangly out there, folks. So we are not done yet, I don't think. Here's Hines. Hines with a long shot. Downer's got that. And here we go. Norman involved for St. John's. Langdon for Deer Lake. And it appears the only penalty will go to Langdon. He's going to bring the face-off down in the Deer Lake end. St. John's with 2:47 to go. This one now seemingly in hand. Just 2:47 left. Up by 3. We'll go on the power play. Robinson and Humber Dredge, who've been serving coincidental minors, come out of the penalty box and head to their respective benches. I tell you, Coffey still not happy. He and Fewer were going with it. The linesman did a good job stepping between those two players. Michael Hines down the ice. Whoopsie. The linesman blew the whistle for icing, and Deer Lake were killing a penalty. So that face-off will come to center. Fewer gets it down in deep. Oak on it first. Trying to get it up along the boards. Kept in by St. John's. They battle for it. Along the boards comes free. Fewer centering it. Off the stick of Park. Back down in deep behind the goal. Waiting for it there was Thompson. Thompson holding it. Leaves it in the corner. We're going to get another penalty. This one's going to go to St. John's. Grant Thompson. That'll even things up. 4-side now. Under 2 minutes to play. Fans beginning to make their way out of the CBS Arena. If you've ever been here, it's very similar to the Clarnville, the Eastlink Event Center in Clarnville. Just the one exit. It takes forever to get out of the parking lot when it's full. Thought we were late leaving here last night. When I got to the car, the parking lot was still full. Just sat in the car for about 10-15 minutes till things started to move. So with a 3-goal lead, under 2 minutes to go, some folks are trying to get a head start on that. Puck goes up in the air at the blue line down below us. Fewer drops it back. Parfrey gets it over center, dumps it in. Roach will leave it there. Park back to Sims. And we're 4-on-4 right now. Oak dumps it into the far corner. Parfrey back to get it. Thomas in there looking for it. It's taken by Heffernan. He lost it to Thomas. Over to McKay and our hard shot, but no traffic at all in front of the goaltender, so relatively easy save for Kyle Downer. Parfrey behind his goal. We're into the final minute of this one. Just softly cleared in. McKay turns back behind his goal. McKay heading up the ice. Trying around the outside of Norman, knocked off his stick. Heffernan off the glass, out, down the ice. Gonna wave off the icing because Deer Lake are now on the power play. But time is going to run out. 10 seconds, that's going to do it. St. John's Caps take care of things on home ice. And they lead this best-of-7 series. And McKay with a long shot right at the buzzer. It was before the buzzer went. Nothing wrong with that shot, except everybody had assumed the game was over. But there was still time on the clock when he shot it. You hear the buzzer go after all the players got together. St. John's didn't like it. Doesn't really matter at this point. They've done what they needed to do, and they win their 2 games at home. 3-2 last night, 7-4 here today. And they take a 2-0 lead in this best-of-7. Games 3 and 4 next weekend in Deer Lake at the Hodder Memorial Recreation Complex. Friday night, Saturday night, 7:30. And we will be there, AO.live, to bring you both those games and any other games if the series gets extended beyond the 4. So folks, on behalf of our cameraman, Stephen Clark, my name is George Scott. I want to thank you so much for watching. It's been a great weekend here at the CBS Arena. I'd say by the time I get all this gear packed up and out of here, maybe the parking lot will be empty. I can get out of Dodge. All right, folks, good night, everybody. We will see you again next week from Deer Lake.